Hello, and welcome back to Vintage Story, where today, as you can see, winter is just in full swing now. There is snow everywhere. Yeah. Extremely cold out. I do not have any actual warm weather clothing. I've just got a rawhide outfit. I still haven't even gotten enough pelts for the fur coat I was wanting. But on the plus side, we go down into the cellar, which is still woefully incomplete. I do have a half-decent supply of food that might do me some good. It could be better. I could have it filled up to like here. That would probably be nice, but this might be enough to last me. Might be is the key word, though I do have quite a bit of smoked bush meat that I've made, and this stuff's gonna last a while. But before I do anything else, I would like to make what I would call a forever fire. And that is just have a fire in the middle of the house. It might seem like a waste of firewood, but using this aged firewood that lasts longer. Basically what I want to do is just have a fire that's always going in the house so that it'll heat up this room. So if I'm ever super cold, just come in here, heat right back up. Winter is just an entirely different beast from the other seasons. My current goal at the moment is to collect a lot of wood, specifically pine wood. Just to get the last detailing on the ceiling of the house finished. And that's honestly a lot of what you do in the winter, is little detailing, just finishing up, little things like that indoors, because you typically don't want to be running around in the cold in the middle of a snowstorm. And once I'm done with all of the detailing, I can use the remaining wood, just chop it all up into firewood, and honestly, that poplar tree there is looking pretty tempting, I must admit. Poplar trees give just an absolute ludicrous amount of wood. So, if I really need firewood, I mean, probably if I'm looking at making another charcoal pit, getting another batch of charcoal, that might be what I choose for it. But we'll see. Okay. Yeah, it's just about inventory full right there. So good time to get out of here and head durability. That crab! The crab just hit me. Okay, you know what, crab? Have at ye. There we go. I'll take some crab meat, don't mind if I do. I was about to throw this axe away because it's got like no durability left. It's basically broken already, so we're just gonna chuck it into the lake here. Like a car battery chucked into the ocean. Alright, this is gonna be a fun time. Let's see if I recall correctly. Yep, that's how you make the debarked pine logs. Put all those in. Do that, and then take the hammer out of the equation. We can get a whole bunch of the quarter logs. Still probably not enough to get the whole place done, but a step in the right direction. Let's see, what did I decide to be the orientation? It was, yeah, facing this way, going that way, okay. That'll be the general orientation I'll try for at least the big rooms. Yep, this is pretty much what winter is like. A lot of chiseling, and in fact, I should think about sleeping through the nights. Because previously, I liked to stay up through the nights because, well, there was stuff to do, there was stuff to prepare. I mean, winter was something that was coming, and you need every second that you have available to just go out and actually do stuff, get stuff done. You need all of that. But once it's here, you don't really have that urgency anymore. Everything slows down quite a bit. But alright, this is... oh yeah, this is looking lovely. Let's see, used up a third of my supply. I think I might be able to get this room, that room. I don't know if I've got enough on me to get this hallway. But I think I might be very close to getting this little aesthetic piece done. And alright, it's looking like I did have enough. Once I get this last bit chiseled out, we'll get to see what it all looks like in totality. So, okay. So you're outside here, awful and cold, come inside and oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, okay, there's a bit of a... okay, that looks a bit off to me. What if I had it arranged this way? Would it be any better? Kind of. It's hard to do corners properly with this, but I think that... yeah, that thins the eyes just a little bit less. So, okay. Got the hallway, it's all nice and done like this. This room has the ceiling on, which is just like the bedroom. Looks nice. We've got the fireplace room, common, living room, whatever you really want to call it. Oh yeah, looking nice. The little tannery as well has it. And I've still got a couple stacks left over to turn into firewood. I mean, or make more boards, but I've got plenty of boards and planks as is, so... yeah, that's a major part of this house now finished. And the next thing I have in mind, one that has been bugging me for quite a while, is the basement down here. I'm thinking I could definitely go on a run for some stones and just finally make this thing complete. Make it not so much of an eyesore, have all these rooms complete. Get rid of all of the dirt and grass around here. So I think that is the next step. And I think I know exactly where I'm going to go for it. Because sure, I could go up to my old mines, sure I could go to the cave over here with all the stuff going on underground beneath that lake. But I remember that there is a place with ultra-high copper deposits in it. And copper is something I think I have a bit of just lying around. But, like, this might seem like a lot, but it's not an overabundance when I've got a ton of tin going along with it. So I think it'd be a good idea to kill two birds with one stone. Go over here, get a absolutely massive amount of copper, and at the same time, be mining out stones. Assuming that the underground portion here has the right kind of stone and a site, but I think it should. It's not too far away from me. I don't have any reason to believe there wouldn't be the correct kind of stone. But I can mine a bunch of that. And yeah, I think that'll look very nice. Actually, no, I have this moose pelt. How much stuff do I get out of that? Because I get 5 huge hides out of it. Oh. I mean, as much as I appreciate like the aesthetic of the moose pelt on the floor, 5 huge raw hides is kind of a huge deal. I mean, no pun intended. I mean, let's see, if we're looking at fur stuff, I mean, one large... actually... oh yeah, those are huge, aren't they? Not even just large. Like, yeah, I could make fur gloves, fur boots. I know fur boots are around here somewhere. Yeah, fur boots, I could complete my set. Though, 5 huge pelts, though, is really good for leatherworking. Assuming I've got 5 huge hides, providing me 5 each, that's 25 leather. I mean, 25 leather, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, that's what, 8, 16, 24. I could feasibly get 3 leather backpacks out of this moose hide here. You know what? I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm actually gonna do that. As much as I'd like to get the full set of fur clothing, like I've got the fur coat. Once this oiled hide decides to finally become a pelt, I'll have the fur coat, and I'd like to get the fur boots and the fur gloves. I gotta say the 5 huge raw hides, that's kind of something I can't ignore. So let's see, we'll put that here in the lime water. That will turn into 5 soaked hides after a day. So seal that in here, get the first bit of leather working done, and it'll be quite the process. I'd be surprised if I got the leather by December. Well, I'll get by December, I mean before December. It looks freezing out there. I don't know if I'm gonna be stuck in here. Let's see. Bookshelf. That's something I can build. And we can put that... Don't really know where a good spot is. Honestly, just where I have the 2 books already wouldn't be a bad spot. Plot those in so I don't have them just sitting on the floor. And... oh, isn't there something I can put tuning cylinders in? Isn't there, like... a scroll rack or something? Ah, that requires strips, which the only strips I have are in the chest outside, which is a bit of a non-starter given the neighborhood at the moment. The storm seems to be waning. Outstanding. I think one thing I might do... table. Okay, that's super simple to make. Honestly, let's make a few tables, stick the oven on top of it. Though I might have a different idea of how to have the oven arranged in the future, but that requires a bit of stone. Let's make a table, put it right here in the center. And you know what? Let's take... hey, get out of here. Ah, there we go. And because I don't like this thing being on the floor, let's just pick you up. Oh, wait. I'll put you down there. Let's just do that. Alright, that looks a lot better. So I can do even better further in the future. Okay, alright, let's see, get a drink real quick. And then clear out all the monsters. Ooh, and actually, I just realized this place isn't completely temporally stable, so I've got to get out of here anyways, just to get my stability up, so I don't have to deal with a perpetual temporal storm. Lovely. Okay, you know what? Get food. Which, my basement sounds like it's just full of monsters. Get out. That's right, you hit yourself with your own rock, you dummy. Get out of here, get out of my house. Come on, get. I think I can start the expedition out to get some copper and stone. So unfortunately, I've only got a tiny part of the day to work on that. Pretty much the whole day was taken up by that temporal storm. Okay, is that drifter out here? No. Ah, you see, the sun's already going down. Let's see, we've got rift activity low. The Falx is looking a bit worn down. Okay, no, I have no choice. I have to get out of here for at least a minute, so... Pick up this, pick up that. Don't need the axe particularly, so we're just gonna leave that here. Okay, let's see. I don't have enough rope ladders, actually. Hold up. Where are my rope ladders? Did I leave them in a chest around here, or are they still back at that other spot? I think they might be back at the other mine. I can get started. I can get started. Ooh, would you look at that? Mammoth. Man, that one's actually closer than the one I went and hunted. It was just right here, apparently. Apparently, he's pretty close to where this massive copper deposit is. Ooh. Got a little bit of a cave here. With rusty gears just lying on the floor. Always interesting to see. Well, that's a ruin down there. In fact, that's a ruin with a little yellow light source. That's locusts. Okay, I might have to make note of that. Yeah, nothing else in here. Okay. Right, let's make note of a cave right here. That could be interesting. But as it currently stands, I'm not really in a position to go spelunking. My armor started to take a bit of a hit. I'll need to forge another bronze falx. And honestly, my efforts might be better spent trying to get this mammoth right here. Which, as painful as it was getting the last one, I could use the hides for leather. Like, if I'm getting my leather working started, that would be the kickstart I need, considering the last one didn't give me any. And it would definitely ensure... wait, I didn't bother bringing the prospecting pick out to see if I could find, like, the highest point. You know what? Okay. I'm not gonna stay out here and actually mine. I think what I'm gonna do, and... okay, there's water there. Can that mammoth be trapped in that cave? Like, if that mammoth falls in that cave, can it feasibly get out? I might just have a natural death pit here. And it seems to be walking right up to it. I mean, if we look at this... Really, all I would need is just make sure that there's no one-block slopes here, though it would then just be extremely painful to try to kill it, because I'd have to throw a bunch of spears at it, rather than letting the spike traps do all the work for me. Do snowballs scare mammoths? Like, if I take a snowball and I throw it at the mammoth, is it scared like it's a rock? Because if so, that actually makes this a lot... Yes, it does! Oh, that is a revelation. Right, so I effectively have infinite rocks all around me for the purposes of tormenting this mammoth. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna hunt a second mammoth. I think that's the best decision to make at the moment. So I'm thinking something like this. Let's see, use a little bit more packed dirt. Something like this could potentially kind of catch the mammoth. Like, if it's not going exactly where I want. Now, I'm doing this at night, which is a little bit... it's a little bit risky. And I'm also not building an extra, like, mammoth-proof little shelter for myself. And I am going to be a bit slower because of the snow. And the snow does slow me down significantly. But... oh wait, I should actually get, you know, the spikes that are supposed to kill this thing before I, you know, attempt to kill this thing. Oh, interesting. This is slightly larger than my previous pit, but these spikes will do the job perfectly fine, even in that arrangement. Okay, where did it go? I don't like that. Oh, gee. It's walking right up to my house. Okay, yeah, that is an occupational hazard right there. I can't have that. There are rifts about. Okay, yeah, I need to get this thing away. I don't want to get trampled by a mammoth when I walk outside in the morning. Be suboptimal. Ooh, no, do not come towards me. Do not come towards me. Jeez. Oh. Hello, Megaloceros. Jeez, we've got drifters all about. We've got... Okay, now I'm going to continue this in the morning. I cannot be bothered to try to hunt a mammoth at night when we've got monsters about. Oh, the snow melted in my pocket while I was asleep. I love this game. That is funny. Okay, yeah, I guess we're just getting rid of that now. Yeah, sleeping with a bunch of snowballs in my pocket in my nice warm interior was one of the ideas of all time, it must be said. But okay, let's see. Fill up on water. Get that. This soil, I guess I'll just keep it in my inventory, no reason not to. Now let's see if we can find this mammoth again. Okay, yep, good. You're consistently fleeing in the direction I want. Very nice. Please continue being this cooperative. Don't get right up next to it and then give up. Okay. A little bit less cooperative right there, but we can kind of kite him around. Okay, okay, we are in a good spot to lure you into it. I just need reposition. Now, reposition in front of you, which is something I don't particularly like, but yes, yes. Okay, yeah, this luring seems to be going so much. Yes, he's in! He is in. Right off the bat. Okay, I knew that one mammoth was being ludicrously stubborn. Like, I knew that had to be the case, because, like, that right there is how it's supposed to go. You kind of kite them around into the hole. And it looks like you've stopped staying on the spikes. You should stand on more spikes. You know, how long this thing's taking... Oh, speaking of the devil. I was about to say, how long it's taken this thing to die is really a testament to how many rocks I threw at the previous mammoth. Oh, would you look at that. Let's see, what's the next? I think soak tides... No, soak tides do not go in here. Do I have to... Oh, I think I have to scrape them. Hold up. Believe... Yeah, soak tides in the leather working process. Take them out, scrape them, get scrape tides. So, you know what? Let's do that just real quick. Alright. Get all 5 of those, and then you stick them in the weak tannin, which becomes a prepared hide, which then goes into the strong tannin. So we'll seal that up. That'll take 3 days. But, oh boy. Alright, first things first, the bushmeat goes on here. Let's see, that'll be 16, okay. It'll take me a minute to do all of those. We'll leave you over in here. The raw red meat is now lasting for a week, or roughly an in-game month now. I might be able to cook all of this up with all of the mushrooms I've got left over. This might actually use up the last of that supply, maybe? I'm not quite sure, but we can get started on that. Okay, get all of that lit up. And that might be enough to really solidify the food stockpile I've been working on. And I was honestly not expecting that. I was not expecting a mammoth to show up right on my doorstep. And let's see, put the fat over here. Ooh, I actually have too much to put in one pile. You know what, the horsetail, the granite, honestly, what's all this stuff doing in here? We can move that. We can move all the non-animal goods out and into a container over here that no one cares about, really. That's probably the play. You know, it's an interesting thing how this game, it really does go from just nothing going on to everything going on. Like, at the beginning of this part, it was kind of just meandering around, like, oh, I've gotta make the roof better, maybe move on to getting the basement finally done, though I don't even know if I'm gonna get that done this part at this rate, because stuff just keeps coming up. You know, Temporal Storm screwed me over when I was going over there, but then because of that, afterwards I ended up seeing, oh hey, there's a mammoth, deciding to hunt that thing. Hunt went extremely well, and then that caught me a mammoth hide, which I can then use to kickstart my leatherwork, in which I was doing kind of just a little bit of a pity run of, just with my moose pelt. Kind of sad I got rid of the moose pelt now, like that was a nice little centerpiece in my bedroom, and now that's gone. But, oh boy, there's going to be so much leather to work with. I'm gonna have enough for backpacks, I'm gonna have enough for jerkins, so I could feasibly make chainmail armor. Though I would like to upgrade the iron before I get to that point, though it's a bit of a leap, and it's a bit of a process. It would probably take me the whole winter to get through that process, if I'm being honest. Alright, there we go. We got 50 lime. And let's see. I can see it gradually changing color there. I think it is going to be 50. Boom, there we go. Okay, now I could put something in there right now. But that'd be done in one day. Meanwhile, this has a few days left. And hides are probably lasting a long time because it's winter, it's cold out, things rot a lot slower. But I don't feel like doing that right now. I feel like holding off just to really maximize the time I've got with things. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking is get the strong tannin, then I'll make some weak tannin, and then I can kind of get the next phase of this going as smoothly as possible, though I've only got one more batch after this. I've only got 54 limestone lying around. I've got plenty of oak logs. Limestone's the limiting factor at the moment. I guess now is as good a time as any to contemplate the future of this series. I'm really thinking it's gonna be me getting through the first winter is probably going to be the stopping point somewhere after that. Like, get through it, maybe do a bit of ironworking, like just get into the basic ironworking, make a set of chainmail armor, set up a windmill, like set up, honestly, you know what it might be? It might just be me setting up the farm for the next year. I think maybe that would be a nice stopping point for the series, because I'm not gonna go through, like, with the main story and those things. I just don't have the will to. This series has gone on for a while already, and it's gotten more and more difficult to, like, sit down and sort through all the footage. And I don't regret it at all. Like, I've liked how this series has turned out. It's been a nice break from things. But there's a part of me that wants to do some other things, but I don't feel like... I mean, this thing gets uploaded, like, once every other week already. But I don't want the upload schedule to be any worse than that for this series, so... feel like the best way to do things, let's see, I don't need anything crazy. Just do that, and heck, I can just leave it in here. And I still have a copper spear. Oh. Oh wait, no, there's a 10 bronze spear right there. I just completely forgot about it, sitting right there. Yeah, I'll use that thing up. It'll only be one more inventory slot for a little bit. But the way I'm looking at, like, if I started another project, I'd end up just not having the will to get back into this game. There's nothing against this game, I love it. And there's still a bit more to do. I mean, if I was to hazard guess at this point, it would probably be something like... I need a better angle to sit here. Hold up, something like this. Yeah, it could look a little bit nicer. But, you know, that's for me to do in this part or the next part. I can touch up the house a bit more, get the basement done. Past that point, leatherworking, which will pretty much take the whole winter just to go through my supply, do all of that. Food is pretty much solved. I mean, I'll be surprised if I go through all that food I've got in the crocks. And I will be using that stove behind me eventually. That thing will see some use. But yeah, a little bit more detailing. Probably make a windmill with all the flax I've got. Make the sails for a windmill to automate grindstone and such. And yeah, I'm thinking that's the capstone of the series. Will be setting up the farm for the next winter, having a windmill, a fully functional windmill, and making a full set of chainmail armor. I think that'll be the point where I can say, you know, confidently, yep, I've won. I've pretty much set myself up for subsequent winters. Monsters aren't really a problem. I'll have very good weapons and armor. And I think that'll be just a nice stopping point. But that is all work for the future. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.